to brighter days. YouTube stage where he throws a shade. No filter, just truth grenades. He's got a name rising from the wreckage. He's reborn with 600 millions. His fan base won, and award-winning story told in the circus of commentary explored. Supa Dave, jester of truths. In a world of lies, he's got proof. In a world of clowns, he wears the crown. Climbing high in his digital sky, MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. Recovering addict, but he's no saint. Extending a hand with no restraint. Artistic pride with a smirk so bold. Plain rage, shadow legends while the stories are told. From the jaws of addiction he emerged. From under the bridge, making other men splurge. Making other men splurge. Supa Dave, jester of truths. In a world of lies, he's got proof. In a world of clowns, he wears the crown. Climbing high in his digital sky, MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. The legend of Supa Dave shall never die. The legend of Supa Dave shall never die. Light is out for Supa Dave, he's our guy. He's our guy. Because MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry.
Well, hello there, everybody. It is me, your one and only, long lost digital homie. Say it with me, everybody. Super Dave! And you guys are watching MILTOWN'S Best. Guys, I got my in-ear monitor in, so this is a new experience for me. But I am so excited for today's show. We got Guapo, guys, and you guys don't understand. This is an interview I've wanted to get for months now, almost 6 months. And I'm seriously happy that it's happening today. I don't even have my chat pulled up. So what's the chat even talking about? I see John is in chat. Okay, Meanma is here. No Nova. Stormkiller. Ed is here. Awesome people. Guys, I apologize for the whole situation with the timing. You know, we both operate on different schedules, and I was under the impression that Guapo was Central Time. Apparently, he's not, so there were some issues. Oh, wow, it looks like only me has gifted 50 MILTOWN'S Best memberships. And that's a way to start the stream. All right, let's do this thing. Guys, I'd like to introduce you to Guapo. Guapo, are you with us? I believe he is muted still. You there? Let me cut you over. There we go. We have him in the room. Let me just make sure. Oh, that didn't look very good here. He looks like he left the room. I will check back. Sorry guys, like I said, new computer, working all this out. Okay, he is back. Let me switch the camera. Okay. Are you with us, Guapo?
I think so. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, they can hear you.
Nice. What's up, everybody?
So first of all, I can't thank you enough for doing this interview.
Oh man, you're very welcome, bro. Thank you for having me, man.
It's been a road. I know you don't like to do interviews, especially with all the controversy you've had going on, and So we're gonna kind of keep it mellow today. I just really want to talk a lot about like your history as a YouTuber and your as a businessman. But I think it's important. Do you mind telling us how old you are, first of all?
Yeah, absolutely. 30 years old, Virgo, um, born in 94, man.
30 years old, and you have a successful business, multiple properties, and an established social media presence. Is that safe to say?
I would say that. I don't know. I'm a little humble. I would say let's see. Yeah, let's say that yes, I do own multiple properties. Established media? No, definitely not established. I would like to say that I'm established once I'm like in the routine of uploading videos every day. Because I could do that. I'm doing things every day. So I can upload videos every day. It's just, it's tough, it's tough to have enough time to do everything.
No, I completely agree. And see, it's complexing to me because Guapo goes by many names, whether it's Andrew, Storage Legends, or Guapo. Can we kind of
Right.
dive in and explain the Guapo nickname?
I mean, the real origin behind the Guapo nickname is it's something that is very like it's a touchy topic. A lot of the true legends that have been following for a long time know, and I made a promise to a friend that I would be as legit and as honest, as thorough, and as detailed as possible with this interview. So I'm gonna be completely transparent. I got it from my ex-girlfriend, Chapo.
Okay.
And the reason why I got it from her was it originated from a song, a Wiz Khalifa song, and the lyrics said something like, I don't know, this is a funny song we used to listen to. It said, "More guapo, yeah, they love me like Chapo." And that's how Chapo got her nickname. And then she gave me my nickname from that same lyric.
Oh, so this wasn't like a childhood nickname or anything. This was kind of like it came with your YouTube, kind of, in
It came,
essence.
yeah, it came with my relationship. It had nothing to do with my YouTube, honestly, man.
Okay.
That I was calling my ex-girlfriend Chapo before YouTube, way before YouTube. So the world knew her name as that, and it's such an unorthodox name to give to one, a female, and two, to any of your friends, because it's an unorthodox name, and we rode with it. We rode with it. Those are stories that we really just don't hear too much about, given the circumstance, which I'm sure a lot of people that are watching are aware. So, but yeah, man, that's the honest truth, Super Dave. That's exactly where it originated from, man.
Was Chapo a major part of you starting your businesses at all?
No, no. She was a major relationship in my life. I broke up with a girlfriend, and I love you, brother. You know who you are. I sat back, and this is hard. This is actually really tough. But you know what, Super Dave? This is what we signed up for. So yeah, this is the origin, man. The Guapo origin, dude.
I,
I'm ready to give
I,
it.
I mean,
I'm giving
if you
it
don't
to
want to
you right
answer it, you
now,
can tell me
bro.
to go f myself. I completely
No,
understand.
no, dude, I'm gonna give it to you right now, bro. You've been waiting for this interview for a long time. It should have happened sooner, and I apologize, but this is really what happened, man. I graduated from a college called Bowling Green State University, 4-year degree, bachelor's of telecommunications with a minor in communications.
See,
I
many people don't know
graduated.
that.
No, yeah, they don't. They don't. I also have an associate's degree of applied science and an associate's degree of arts that I graduated with when I graduated high school in 2012, because I went to a high school called Early College that allowed me to take college classes and skip the whole like high school agenda, the whole prom, the whole anything that would make high school was not mine. It was very unnatural for me. I went straight to college from middle school. So anyways, yeah, after that, bro, I had a girlfriend, and and it was probably one of my most serious relationships. And we broke up. My heart was on the floor. Chapo was always there, and she was always around. And you know, it was kind of like a vulnerability thing. That's when we started our relationship, and it became a thing where, you know, we were around and so tight and so close that pretty much anything that, you know, we were doing, she was down for, you know. So when I got out of college, I went straight, you know, my mom had a boyfriend at the time. You know, she was doing her thing. I was technically an adult, and since 17 years old, I wasn't, you know, when I went to college, this is something that people don't know as well. When I went to college, and I've never said this, I don't know why, there's not really a particular reason, but when I went to college, I left my childhood house. There was no going back to my childhood house. My mom was moving out of our childhood house, which you'll know a little bit more about in this next episode with the housing. And we have a major announcement, an amazing episode coming up. But yeah, dude, I there was no going back. When I left to college, there was no going back. All of my childhood stuff that I was fighting with my mom to keep, she was trying to throw all these things away. And my nana let me keep some childhood action figures, which that's another episode coming up. We're finally gonna go in Nana's basement and get all my old toys. But yeah, so pretty much, yeah. So just to like answer your question a little bit more, like, dude, like after I got out of college, there was no going back to my childhood house. So I went to live with Grandpa Legends, one a lot of you guys are familiar with, the artist. And during that time, I got a lead on a house, and just to make the long story longer, I bought it. And during that time, in the midst of that, I surfed online and found a storage unit auction coming up. Went to the first one and was hooked ever since.
So basically, you just covered my next topic. Is like, where did the whole storage reselling became? Were you at all influenced by the big surge that was going on with like the Storage Wars TV show, or was this like just talked amongst, you know, locally, these auctions? Like, what got you into the auctions, and how'd you learn about them?
I mean, I was surfing the internet one day at my grandfather's house, and there was an auction. I went, and I think I bought one and was instantly hooked. But the ones that I bought, the first two units that I ever bought in my whole entire life were online. They were online units, and I purchased them. When I purchased them, I took losses. I mean, the shit that I had there, the stuff that I got there was just, you know, it was terrible. It wasn't, you know, the roof was leaking, bro. The stuff was wet, and I took two big losses, and I don't know why I kept going, man. But you know, I stepped on the auction turf, and all these old, you know, now I wouldn't say older, but you know, they were older people. You know, they were looking at me. You know, I just graduated college. Like, what is this guy doing here? And that was it. That was the end of their reign.
So,
I started.
if you don't mind me asking, so you said you took a loss on your first two, but you kept at it. You kept. Were these like, these weren't in person? Were these online auctions? Because those are very popular now. Do you do those at all?
No, I don't really do them too much, man. I don't do online auctions too much because I like the feel of being able to look at it in person. On top, the deals in person are a lot better. But yeah, no, the first two units, it's a fun fact as well, guys. I really don't talk about that either. My first two units ever were online, and I took losses on both of those units.
So then let's just say hypothetically you get another unit, and this unit has amazing things, like awesome things. How did you learn to sell it? Like, what was the process to sell it? Obviously flea markets and stuff, but like, what was your path to set up that offloading routine, if you don't mind explaining that?
So I mean, I've always been, ever since I was in fourth grade, I was reselling pencils in the, you know, in the vending machines, because when you remember those pencils, when you put quarters in the vending machines, and you would get random pencils.
Yeah.
And the pencils that you get, they were random, like, guys, you know, and the most rare one was the LeBron James pencil. And the top part of it was, there was pictures of the actual, like, basketball players. And when I got a LeBron James, I remember I turned that 25 cents to $2, and I was hooked. I was done. It was over with. And I think it was 50 cents, actually. I don't want to give myself that much credit. But yeah, no, I've been the 25 cents for the regular ones. Yeah, no. So I definitely I definitely had that resale aspect of me. But Super Dave, what people don't know as well is I was on the way to my local flea market and I seen a white box truck that I fell in love with on the side of the road. I paid $5,600 for it. I got it when it had only 50,000 miles on it, probably a little less, probably like
That's a pretty good
50.
deal. Really good
Yeah,
deal.
really good deal. Yeah, and it was brand new. It came from a guy that was doing a heating and air heating and cooling thing. So yeah, man, I got that box truck, bro, and dude, I killed it, man. I killed it.
So
That was
then with all this merchandise, you're gaining all this merchandise, and you're let's just say this box truck's filling up, and obviously you need to recoup some ends at some point, and you got this hustler mindset. What was your
yeah.
what did you do? Like, did you say, hey, I'm gonna go to a bazaar, a flea market, or did you open up the eBay? Like, what was the path you took?
I mean, man, it's a good question. I think I went the flea market route. I started setting up at the flea market. I started listing things on Marketplace. But yeah, I went the flea market route and just, man, I just started just selling like crazy. I was just trying to learn the business. I kept telling myself that like if this is what you want to do, you have to teach yourself discipline. You
Yes.
have to understand that there are going to be days that you aren't going to make a lot of money, but you're going to do a lot of work. But your time is coming. And I know it sounds crazy, Super Dave, but that's really the narrative, bro. Like and it's not even a narrative. Those are actually the facts, bro. That's really like the whole thing, man. The whole time, bro. My arms were, oh my gosh, I remember my arms feeling like jello, man. I remember they were like noodle arms, and I remember we always used to listen to like reggae music and like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana and like things like that during the times that not only we're cleaning up but we're driving home in the box truck. We're doing those things, whoever's with me, who's working with me, and most of the time it was my ex-girlfriend. So
So basically, you learned School of Hard Knock style. It's not like you were watching YouTube tutorials on how to run a reselling business. You were basically taking your lumps and putting in, the sweat equity, as they say. And during this time, were you knowing that this was going to be a business? Like, were you keeping books at all during this time, or was it all mentally for you? Like, you were keeping track of the hits and misses mentally, or was this like,
well, I mean, the first year I didn't really know what like the stipulations were, and I didn't do it as consistent as like I should. I just was like like occasionally, like inquiring on these storage units. But yeah, once I realized that I needed a vendor's license to sell at the flea market, then I just LLC'd it. I opened up an LLC. I did the vendor's license, started keeping books, started keep paying sales tax and things like that. Now, obviously the business has evolved. So now the sales tax now is officially monthly. It's not quarterly or halves. So things just started to get, more, they just started scaling up.
yeah? And for the viewers that are thinking about, starting an LLC or starting a business, can you kind of explain, because you're 30 years old, can you kind of explain the process of an LLC? Is that an easy process, or is that a lengthy process? What is that like to actually become an official business?
I mean, I really don't, it's not really too bad, honestly. You really have to go to your city, you have to fill out an application, go to your local city hall, turn in an application, maybe pay like $100 fee. They process it, they accept it, and boom, you have an LLC. Now you want an LLC because it gives you almost like an insurance, pretty much. It's limited liability, so you're not, your personal assets aren't liable to anything that your business um, is liable for. Pretty much is the way that goes. And yeah, it's relatively easy now. And when we tell you probably have to talk to a financial advisor when you want to distinguish whether or not you want an S corp, a sole proprietor, or LLC. Those are different types of businesses that you can make, and they all have their own benefits based on how you run your business. So
And was that easy for you to understand? I mean, obviously you're a highly educated man. You know, you had college education at that point. So was this kind of like a duck to water for you? Like, okay, this is the next step. Got the LLC. Did you celebrate? You know, you and Chapel celebrate when you officially became an LLC. Was that like a big moment for you?
Um, well, I don't know. I mean, I would definitely, yeah, I would say it's a big moment. A bigger moment was making my YouTube channel name.
Absolutely, and we're
Um,
gonna get to that because you know it's funny. Reselling, in essence, has done so much for you, and it has broadened your horizons into social media. Now, I don't want to dive into all the deep drama of it all, but you, by going to these storage auctions, you met a fellow YouTuber, and this YouTuber was coming to these auctions and was filming, and you got involved in the videos basically by just you being you. You know, you are a very boisterous man. You're very out there. It's hard to miss Guapo. And I feel the videos that you were in of this YouTuber uh, did very well. And I think this YouTuber noticed that and he kind of took you under his wing, correct?
ah! um, Sorry, that was my call. That was a Legends call, man. I don't know if you're familiar. It goes like this. It goes, ah. No, I think that went a little bit bad. That was like a dying chicken there. That was more of a dying chicken. Um, yeah, I met the nasty, dirty, disgusting germ in his evil ways. Uh, Out at the freaking markets and stuff. 7:30. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, Super Dave.
Yeah, no worries. Guys, I'm trying my best. I'm sorry I can't read chat right now. This is a new computer. I'm trying my best. I never showed off the new studio, guys. So there's the new setup we got going on. It's pretty dope. There's a lot more bells and whistles to this thing that I can really handle right now. And apparently pulling up the chat is one of those things I'm having a hard time with. So if I can just do this 1 second, let me try it this way here. Did I lose you guys? No, I think I'm good here. Hold on here. I can read the chat now, I think. So what do we got going on here? I have my sound all the way up and I'm hearing aids and I am all still very everybody's still low? Really? Low? You guys are low? I'll crank that up a little bit. I apologize. So now I can read that. I hope I'm a little louder now. I cranked it up and I cranked Guapo up. So I hope that's not too bad. I'm trying to make it work with what I got and dialing. And this is the first stream I've done since getting this new equipment. I was trying to do a pre-recorded interview with the bearded fisherman, but for some reason the bearded fisherman
Haha,
won't.
beard.
Yeah, he won't return my emails for some reason.
Man, I don't know. Something's going on. He was in the chat, I think, earlier, right?
I that's the thing. I just was able to pull up the chat right now, so I'm glad I got the chat up now. So that's a plus thing. So I can kind of take questions from
Um,
the chat.
Go ahead. Where did we live off? I'm sorry. I was talking about the hours for one of my employees. Dude, I've been working all day from 9 to 7:30. So,
Well, let's
we're
talk
still
about
working
that.
right now, man.
Let's talk about what it was like, getting to the point in a business where you need employees. How?
Yeah, I mean that is definitely a good conversation. I mean, it just comes down to the fact that the brand is where it is, and I know that I can do anything that I put my mind to and accomplish anything I want. But I think it comes down to whether or not I want to do it all solely alone. You know,
Yes.
you have to. There comes a time in your business where you have to kind of, put your pride, put your head down, and accept help. Understand that you'll get twice as much things done if you have help, and that's where the business came into the employees and buying and selling and paying and it's a whole nother set of an overhead for your business. So you have to incorporate, those expenses such as your employees when you do your thing.
And how did you feel taking to being a boss? Was that hard for you to give employees orders, or was that something that just came natural to you?
Well, I mean, it's something that I take very serious, but it's something that also, you have to limit the things that you decide to. I've never, did a announcement and said, "Hey, I'm hiring." Everybody that works with me, I know personally, and I know to tolerate. I can't have people that I don't trust, that I don't know, driving in the car with me. I have a very unique business, so yeah, I guess it definitely came natural, but it is definitely something that is a huge responsibility, man. I would say, for sure, man, because we work hard, man. Time goes by quick, and time is money when you're paying somebody. When you're not paying somebody, Super Dave, you could do whatever you want at your own time.
True.
So,
True.
yeah.
So we talked about you meeting the YouTuber, and I take it at the point when you met the YouTuber, you already had some employees, even if Chapo was one of them. So
No, no, I didn't have any employees when I met the
no,
YouTuber.
you
I
didn't.
just
Oh, okay.
No, 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 no. I just as of recent started, giving people jobs. I still don't really have any full-time employees, man, and like an every time, every day kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everything is kind of situational. So,
Now, are you the
but yeah,
type of
no.
employer to call your, whether they're 1099 or not, are they your employees?
I mean, I guess I don't. I mean, yeah, I guess respect is really big for me. So it's like the people that I choose to deal with definitely have my utmost respect. No matter what, I'm not above you. We are the same. We breathe the same air. We all are here to make a common thing happen, which is elevate the business of storage legends. We're not here. You don't have to, talk to me 24/7 while we're working, but we all mutually have like a very serious respect for each other, and that's important.
Yes. So you're in this YouTuber's videos. He sees, you're a character. Was he the one who kind of pitched social media to you, or were you kind of already dipping your toes in it? What was the storyline on that?
No, I always had social media. I mean, I had Vine, I had Instagram. I was always on social media, but I was never on YouTube. He influenced the concept of YouTube and suggested that I would do good on it, given the personality and the energy, that I displayed when we were doing the storage units. And then one thing leads to another, and the videos that I was in, a few of them went viral. Actually, I remember I made a reference to I made a reference to the I made a reference in my last video about the location that we were at in Cleveland and how a owner bid on his own unit. That right there was a major video that got released. That was one of the first viral video of the nasty dirty germ, and that's also a big thing that, like, was he was like, dude, look, like at this point, like you got a great, feedback. I went on his channel, and you know, so
Was
he
there
was like, look,
was
this is
there
a good
an
idea.
act of, you scratch my back, you scratch yours? Like, did he ever go out of his way to make sure he was telling you, do you know how valuable my promotion is, or anything like that? Or was he genuinely doing it out of the kindness of his heart at that time? Do you ever think about it?
I mean, let me see. The best way to say this is I constantly was reminded how valuable his promotion is, and how it's very like a self-centered kind of like egotistic kind of thing. Apologize. Um, and yeah, I definitely was reminded often that the promotion was valuable and things like this. But a lot of people don't realize that there wasn't really that much promotion involved. There was promotion. I'm never gonna say that or be like brand new about it, but like after a few times, the only promotion was his involvement on my channel,
Yes.
and how often he would go live with me to vent about his current girlfriend. Hang on a second.
No worries. So, chat, what are you guys thinking so far? I'm a little bit rusty with my interviews, but I'm diving back in. This used to be a primary source of my content, and I really want to dive back into interviews. I find this fascinating. I find the stories of YouTubers and businessmen fascinating. I really truly do. And when I see somebody like Guapo, 30 years old, who has done the things he has done, has accomplished the things he has accomplished. 37,000 subscribers as of this recording. And the man was so nice to even let me come on his channel. And, I'm flabbergasted by this man's journey. So make sure if you guys have any questions you want to ask Guapo or want me to ask Guapo, make sure you guys leave them in the chat. And I also, again, want to take the time to thank Only Me. He gifted 100 bestie memberships this evening, and that does not go unthanked. So thank you to Only Me. Phyllis said I'm doing well, so I appreciate that. I hope the volume is adjusted now, guys. Like I said, this is an all new sound card. Everything is new, so I'm trying my best. And we're just getting to the tip of the iceberg here, guys. We still have a lot to discuss. There's still the whole Chapo downfall and everything I want to dive into. I want to touch into a lot of stuff yet, and now we're dealing with auctioneer license. I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering the process of becoming an auctioneer, because a lot of people don't really open up about it, or they'll say, yeah, I'm in auctioneer school, and that's about it. We don't get the full on in-depth story of everything. I think we all know in this case.
Apologize. I'm back, bro.
Okay, good. So so basically I was talking about, we'll call him your mentor for want of a better word. And you said that he would always come on your channel to vent. And in those instances, I take it you didn't have to ask him. He was willing to come on your channel. But at this time, there was Auctions Anonymous, correct?
Can you see me?
No, I cannot. I believe you have your camera off.
Okay, let me see what I got here. Let me see. You can't see me?
Nope. I think there's a button where you can turn your camera on, or if you can go to settings, you can change camera.
Can you check the chat? Can you see if the chat can see me?
Chat, can you see Guapo? Let me just double check. Oh, there you go. I that's my bad. My bad. There you are.
Nice. What's up, everybody?
What, are you going out for dinner right now, or are you just chilling?
Well, dude, I've been working since 9:30 in the morning, man, and like I don't have any food at the Legends headquarters, so I'm like, dude, I gotta stop and get food before I like die.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, so okay, so the question, and these are really good questions, by the way, Supa Dave, for real. We don't need to call him my mentor. We'll call him the nasty, dirty germ. And at the time, just to answer your question, let's see. So Auctions Anonymous was originally something that he did with the West Coasters that he collaborated with. They all fell out with him for obvious reasons. Dude's absolutely crazy. So there's no connection, and it's a bunch of bad blood with all of them. Some will wipe it under the rug and say that it was just a mutual thing. Others will actually come out and say, look, this guy's, obviously say the obvious things, which hopefully I could like link you with them and they can give you their story as well, Supa Dave. That could actually happen. Yeah, that could happen. And I know a couple YouTubers that 100% will come live and be more than ready and willing to say their story. Which actually, you know what, man, maybe you can come on my channel, man. That'd be cool. So anyways, so once that Auctions Anonymous tradition died, I suggested to do it again. I suggested it with the Germ, and then we nominated Rob, and then we talked about it, and we were very undecided with Conky. Conky originally was just a super fan. He was just a super fan of the Nasty Germ, and we decided to move forward. It was actually my idea. I was like, dude, we can make them so cool. We can just continue to just make them, as cool as possible. It's super funny to have that melodramatic kind of comedy. especially if we can influence it and we can make it where, you know, it's fun and make, you know, put energy. Energy doesn't die, man. You put great energy into something, it becomes something else. So so that's the origin of Auctions Anonymous. And what was your other part? Was there more parts to your question? What was the other part?
I was basically just talking about what, like, it was it easy to get, well, I call him the YouTuber. Was it easy for you to get the YouTuber involved in your content?
Yeah, he was the reason why I started YouTube. I mean, if it wasn't for, you know, him saying, "Hey, you need to do YouTube," I wouldn't. I wouldn't have done it. And I think on top of that, I also think that yeah, multiple times that he decided to go live with me, he was going live with me for specific reasons because the channel of his wasn't, it didn't match his content. He didn't want that his main viewers to see, you know, the brokenhearted side of him and certain other things. So yeah, that's where that came into play. You know, there wasn't, you know, you guys know this actually too, and I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful at all. You guys know this, like there wasn't many, oh, go subscribe to Storage Legends. You know, it happened, you know, a couple times. That was something that was actually really trendy as well with Rob, you know, and yeah, I could say that. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that was a thing for sure. It was a lot of times where you could have said, "Hey, this guy has his." I mean, even if you guys would reference the Hoarder House videos that he did on my Hoarder House, how much and how many times he actually was like, "Yo, this is Storage Legends house. Go to Storage Legends channel." It didn't happen often.
Yeah.
So that's a misconception right there, man. A lot of people don't realize that. It's just the influence is so powerful and so great. I don't even want to use the word great anymore. Like that it was such a, it's such a big influence that a couple mentions and a couple subliminal involvements don't like require, you know, you to announce. Like for an example, like right now, I'm sure a lot of people found out that I was going live with you through the grapevine. I've been so busy today, and I'm sure now it's around the community and around all these pages that are like, hey, you know, Guapo's on Milltown. So now I'm sure, you know, people know about it more. So it's like that. It's the same
Yeah.
thing as that, man.
Well, it's, I find it funny, you know, you mentioned the Hoarder House, and I'd like to touch on that in a second. But before we get to that, you mentioned that Conky was a super fan of this YouTuber, and I find that fascinating because I remember seeing Conky in old videos of this YouTuber. I mean, he was collecting shelves from a warehouse and things like that. So for somebody who says that it's inappropriate to engage with fans on a certain level, he has set a precedence in many instances of fans being lured into his sphere of influence. And not only Conky can I can name that Diana lady as another former fan, Flippin' Adventures, you know. And in kind of a way, you may not have been a fan of his, but you knew he was a YouTuber, and you were in essence gobbled by his sphere of influence at one point. And I would say it was hunky dory. You guys took vacations together, even though he has stories about these vacations and uh, said that you were manipulating and things of that sort, trying to. I believe he said that you were saying you would film videos for comps or something like that, or along those lines. I don't want to quote it verbatim. And
That I would
regardless of that,
film videos for comps.
yeah, you never caught that when he said that? He said the Hawaii, he had to come out of his pocket and pay cash for something because you had promised somebody some social media, something social media wise, and it never happened or something like that. The chat can explain it all. But
I can't see the chat right now.
yeah, but
Big
the
shout
he
out to my brother. Big shout out to my brother.
yeah, so I
Um,
thought that was funny, but I would say I thought the Hawaii was kind of like the downfall of the stuff that of your friendship, but in essence, it was this hoarder house, right? The hoarder house.
no, it was Hawaii. It was Hawaii. Hawaii. Ever since Hawaii is when the start of him like acting funny and acting weird, and it started because of a helicopter ride that he paid for already, that he expected me to pay for. Shout out to my brother. Love you. Um, and I think that I that's dude, that's I mean, as honest as I literally possibly humanly can be, that is what started the whole it was like a year, man. It was like a year of just plotting on Chapo and plotting on on the concept of just distancing yourself from Guapo. You know, that was definitely something that it wasn't like obvious at the time, but obviously hindsight is 2020. So it was. Thank you very much. Okay, hang on. Can I get a drink carrier? You guys got drink carriers? There was a time where, yeah, dude, in Hawaii, the helicopter thing was something that did well on his channel and something that he was gonna do, regardless if I was there or not. And because he was doing it and he needed to book 3 seats, he had to do it. If him and George were doing it, he needed to book 3 seats.
Okay.
So when we were included, I thought I only had to pay for Chapo, given the fact that those 3 seats were already booked, regardless if we go or not.
Yes.
He made this very clear that he was gonna go whether we go or not. Now, this is a very stupid thing to fall out over, because regardless, if he wanted me to pay for it, I would have just paid for it.
Yeah.
It became a big deal. It became a big ordeal because the guys are calling me saying this, and then he said that, the guys, what happened? I guess that he still paid for 3 seats, even though we used 2 of the 4 seats that were purchased,
Okay.
So he goes and he talks the company, and he has the company call me. And then the company calls me and says, "Hey, we need to get paid for this second seat." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean? This is what, a week later or 4 days later? I don't know, however long later." And he's like, and the company's like, "Yeah, we need to get paid for this seat. The guy told us, the Dirty Germ told me to call you and get the money." And I'm like, "What do you mean? I thought you already paid for it." Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So yeah, so that's kind of the story. And I go back and forth with this company. I call up Germ. I kind of get a little loud because I am really upset. When I call Germ, I get not loud, but I kind of get like, dude, what do and we're going kind of back and forth, but you got to understand, this is somebody that I've spent years with.
If you don't mind me asking, is this hundreds of dollars? We're talking like multiple hundreds of dollars?
Oh no, you're talking like $430, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's definitely a lot of money.
But not to a big
that,
700,000 subscriber YouTube channel, in my opinion.
No, hell, oh my God. Well, I think at the time I think it was like, what, 30,000 a month in revenue?
Wow.
That the guy's making? Are you kidding me?
Would he brag about that, if you don't mind me asking? Or would you?
All the time. I mean, only privately with the people that, that he drops that with. But yeah, all the time. And actually, you know what? Actually, I'll even go as far as saying this, like, it actually all the time, even with people that he doesn't know like that, it was to people that obviously the topic is relevant to, other, it was I guess the best way to describe it is, we always took interest and thought that it was like kind of funny and very interesting that certain YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers and millions of views that surpassed the Disgusting Germ at the time weren't making more revenue than him. And
Wow.
It just goes to show you how serious engagement is, and how
I agree.
serious it is, as far as engagement. And that's why I absolutely love my legends unconditionally forever till I die and my heart stops, because my legends, the real ones, are beyond engaged, and they beyond pay attention. They're beyond supportive. And honestly, if it wasn't for them, bro, I really wouldn't have made it anywhere. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
No, I agree. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. And, so you guys, you said the Hawaii, and well, this time, I remember you always saying that, you were always pro this YouTuber. You were always on this YouTuber side. But Chapo wasn't. Chapo was always like, something's off about this YouTuber.
Yeah. Always.
So at any point did her saying this kind of start making thoughts fester in your head, or was it
all
not
the time?
Until okay?
All the time, man. Everybody that's around him, knows and feels another way about him, and he knows this. He knows this. They know this. It's just it's like an unspoken agreement, I guess you can say, is a great way of putting it. Viral YouTube channel, always giving attention. There's some possibility to get some kind of clout, as we call it. If anybody doesn't know what clout is, it's attention. It's social media online attention is a good word. It's like a slang word for
Yep.
that. And yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Everybody, it's not even my family, her family, obviously George's family, very much so. The internal friends, everybody internally, even his own employees currently to this day are still, there's still unspoken things that they'll never say to him. Why? Because he has so much control. He's responsible for their financial income. So when you have that, he made it very clear that you start to have, you start to gain control and you start to manipulate and things of that matter. So, I definitely believe that a lot of people around him have different unspoken things. And yeah, Chapo definitely had multiple instances where, she was very skeptical of Germ, made very serious comments, and her attitude's probably still that way right now. To be honest, I don't really like talking about her, but yeah,
No,
I
we,
bet
we
you it's
won't
still
have to touch on
consistent.
her anymore. I just, you guys come back from Hawaii, and then the hoarder house happens, correct? Is that the timeline of events? You invested in
No,
a house?
the hoarder house. I believe the hoarder house was way before Hawaii. Yeah, way before Hawaii. The
Okay.
hoarder house, the hoarder house started. I'll tell you exactly when I got the hoarder house. The hoarder house, because I posted a picture. Remember, it started with a storage unit. Then the kids contacted me that the father passed away, and they have a whole house filled with the stuff. So, um, yeah, I would say. Let me see here. I know the picture is posted. Um, yeah, the hoarder house made a lot of things possible, but let
That
me
was
see
like
here.
your break for your business, this hoarder house.
It was the elevation. We were doing fantastic before the hoarder house, but this right here, this was the elevation of the business. It was another level of just, I mean, just as far as content and profit. Yeah, it was one of the greatest years of my life. It was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me.
And that kind of
This When
shows.
I bought the unit, it was November 6th, 2021. So
Okay.
shortly after that, I got the hoarder house.
Wow. And like you said, content. That the hoarder house was good for content. And there's no content creator who would disagree with you. And so at this point, were you kind of folding your YouTube into your LLC, or do you still to this day keep those entities separate?
Oh no, my LLC is in my YouTube all day. Storage Legends. It's Storage Legends LLC.
So you handle the social
Storage.
media aspect with the reselling all
Mm,
under one umbrella. That's a very cool
yeah.
way of doing it. So you get a good deal. Well, I don't want to imply that. I imagine you got a good deal on this hoarder house. How many hours do you think you've put into that hoarder house?
That's a great question. Um, wow, bro. I mean, let's see. Man, I didn't even think I rented it for a year. It's 2025. We probably ended in 2024. I probably worked on it for 3 good years. And I was very consistent. I was very consistent. So
Were
I
there
would
plans to
say,
flip
yeah,
it? Like, was that your original plan, was to clean out the house, flip it, or were you always just gonna get the merchandise out and then sell the shell?
there was a lot of drama behind the offers on the horror house. Not only did Rob want it, but Terrible Germ wanted it, Rob B wanted it, Sean wanted it. I think even Conky wanted it. Everybody wanted it. So
Wow.
all of these deals were going around in speculation of offers that were kind of like far fetched, and some of them were real, and it postponed a lot of the development and the hype on the hoarder house. And obviously, everything happens for a reason. And But yeah, I would say that my plan was always to outright buy it so I can take my time and entertain my viewers. I
Okay.
had so many very serious offers, man, and there was offers actually that were undisclosed. Um, and I didn't take it, man. I didn't sell out. I didn't take it. And I'm so glad that I made that decision because what mattered to me and what still matters to me the most is the viewership in my legends. That they deserve to see everything inside of that porterhouse. They deserve to be, with me every step of the way. And the beautiful thing about it is because the beautiful thing is, Super Dave, is I know that whether or not I would have sold it or not, we would have all still been united and went on to the next legend regardless. So they
Yes.
respected every decision that I made, and that's what the beautiful thing about it is. And and yeah, man, I had a lot of very see. I'm actually I'll go ahead and tell you this on camera. Um, there was a $325,000 offer
Wow.
that still to this day, was very controversial. And I don't think I want to say a particular someone that a lot of people are familiar with offered more than that, and I
That's
denied it.
and that was with everything in the house, I take it. It wasn't just
Yes.
okay. Wow. So what was the actual ending of the Hoarder House saga? I take it you made a deal with someone, but how did that all come about?
I'm currently running it.
Also, I thought you sold it. Okay, so it's still under your umbrella. That's awesome. And that's a good way to get ongoing income from rental. How do you find being a landlord? Is that challenging?
Landlords, I don't like it. I mean, being a landlord just kind of sucks because I don't know how to do any of the stuff that require, like all the maintenance. It sucks, you know. I,
And
I
you
have
got a
to
big
find
heart.
somebody.
So you probably
I
take in
have
a
a
lot of
huge heart, so
you probably take in a
there's been
lot
so
of
many
unsafe
times.
bets.
Yeah, there's been so many times where I've knocked off late fees and actually even comped rents, and did things of that nature. But there comes a time where you end up losing, bro. And that's actually what happened to my last tenant. He stuck me with like $1,000 water bill, left with his deposit. The property was left in like bad condition. And you guys remember I was live and oh, it was terrible, man. It was terrible. And it took a huge loss. But at the end of the day, man, do I regret it? No, because I tried my hardest and I helped this person out of a very bad situation. You know, whether he showed me the same respect or not, I still I still genuinely believe that it was important to stay to my roots.
I agree. And I think everybody who knows Guapo knows he has a big heart. And I'm just going to say it right now. Guapo says he was raised by a single mother. And I attribute a lot of that to Mama Legends, and Nana. And whenever you watch Guapo's content, you can see he is a family man. And family plays a predominant role in his content. His grandma, his mother, they're all characters. And honestly, Guapo, your mom has to be so damn proud of you. Am I correct? Or does she ever think you're doing crazy
Yeah, I
things?
mean, she's nuts, man. My mom's crazy. But yeah, no, no, she's a Hispanic mother, man, and it's no joke, man. It's no joke. I've had multiple flip flops and TV remotes thrown at me throughout my childhood, man.
And you're at the
Actually,
point.
let me go ahead and send. I'm gonna send this live to my mom really quick. I want to see if she can come on. Because yesterday was a very big day for Mama Legends,
Oh wow.
and we're gonna see that. Yeah, we'll see that in a video coming up. I tried not to make it sad, guys. I really did. I really did. So I really feel like a lot of people should not cry this live or
Good
this
stuff.
next video. You know, I try to focus on that, dude. I'm like, man, let me not make this like a sad video because, dude, it could be sad at any time. So,
That is awesome.
yeah, but yeah, pretty much. Let's see if we can get her in here. But yeah, I would say so. I would say that she's very proud of me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Mom is yeah, she's very proud of me. I mean, that's not what I don't know about. I don't know how to describe the love that I have for my mother. It's so intense. It's so
Real?
important, I guess you can say. Oh, real is a great adjective. Thank you, Super Dave. That's exactly what I'm like. It's
Mm.
so real and it's so priceless. And you know, when we talk about this and we actually could reference, you know, the Dirty German, his mother's relationship. I hate to bring it up, but like, you know, just to think about how important a relationship is, you know, to the person that birthed you, at least just have a little bit of love or have some kind of respect or attention. That person should have some sort of your attention. And when I see that completely absent in this individual's eyes and heart,
Yeah.
it just is a very serious fact to bring it up to everybody. You know, I like to bring that up to anybody that doesn't know that because these things are very relevant when you judge a person and you determine what you think of a person.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know. Anyways, yeah.
I know this interview isn't about me or anything, but what you just said really spoke to me because I was in my addiction when my mother was alive, and I could only think I think about all the bad things I've said and all the bad things I've done, and I look back like now if I was the man I am today, I would never have said half the things I said to my mother, or I would have done so much to improve the relationship I had with my mother to be more like the relationship you had with your mother. So you don't know what you got till it's gone, and if you don't have a relationship with your mom, guys, you need to get one. Or you know,
Yeah, you know, everybody's relationship is the same. You know, everybody's situation is different. I know people that, you know, aren't as close to their mom as I am, and it's no right answer, right? Everybody has their own, you know, personal things that go on, but like you said, I think that overall there has to be some respect in at all with
yeah.
your, you know, in your heart. And again, you know, when you take a person that doesn't have any respect for the mother, it's just like ridiculous, you know.
I can't do anything but agree with you. You know, so we were speaking about, you know, the Hawaii, the hoarder house. At some point, you end your relationship, and that had to have been hard on you because, like you said, at this point, you're doing YouTube videos. You had to tell your YouTube audience. Was that an easy process?
No, it's very difficult. It's very, 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 very difficult.
Was that a
I
time of speculation from your viewers, or were you honest about everything?
um was that a time of speculation for my viewers
Yeah,
or
like you
was
said,
I
were they
honest about everything?
yeah, like were they wondering why it didn't work? Were they guessing, or were you just honest and be like, "Hey, we're not together. This is why."
Um it's a good question, man.
Well, because I understand it. You know, there's some stuff you want to keep private, but when you build a channel on authenticity and being real, there's still some stuff you have to keep for yourself. Am I right? So it's only understandable that you would want to keep some stuff about your relationship private, right?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, there's yeah, you're not gonna, you know, go live when you're laying in bed with your girlfriend. But yeah, I definitely like to be as transparent and as open as possible because I'm really close to my subscribers, you know. So I I definitely, dude, it was one of the hardest, dude, going live and exposing the germ for what he done
Yeah.
at the time was probably one of the hardest things that I ever had to do, you know, because this seems like just a YouTube channel for a viewer. A viewer, this seems like just a normal live, normal day, watching some content on the internet, following some cool people that the, you know, some cool, you know, your favorite YouTubers, right? You got
Yeah.
Milltown and Guapo. But for people, and I'm gonna say us because I'm gonna speak for you as well, because you are a content creator, you are on live right now, bro. We're on your channel. For us, this is it's a life. This is a life. It's a lifestyle. It starts to become something that is a part of you, like another arm or another nose or another ear. It's like a limb. So
Facts.
when I talk about when I'm in this here, actually I'm gonna put on my, check this out. I was in this exact room, okay? I was in this exact room, like doing this.
Yeah, I remember. Is that live still on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, it actually, it might be members only, I think. Um, and before I went live, I called my people, and I'm going back and forth. I talked to Rob. Rob said, "Don't do it." I talked to I talked to Conky, and Conky's reaction is, this is so funny. I want to make this so clear. His reaction was, uh, Germ thinks of things in a business. You think of things with your heart, and just pretty much like laid it out like that. And it took me off guard because I feel that as a friend, as a brother, as someone that has traveled the world, we've done so many things, so many different scenarios. Why is everybody okay with this? What at what point do you stop and you make some sort of agreement to have some sort of intervention as brothers and discuss what's right and what's wrong,
True.
to go and overcome these things, to continue appropriately and to continue and move forward in a happy, successful manner? And I didn't get that from not only them two, but anybody else that's been involved in our journey either. Everyone felt that everything was completely okay. And they threw things off and they made things nonchalant and they classified me as a, not everyone, obviously a lot of people knew. I mean, I would say the realistic level headed people knew what was going on and could understand and be at least compassionate and somewhat understanding of what's happening, you know.
Yeah.
The extremes and how deep it gets is an opinion, and I get that, but the facts are still the facts. People should still recognize what's really happening as it's happening. And whether you're, I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't know how to even go about describing that in any other way but that being how it is.
Yes.
It's you know, you don't take candy from a baby, you don't hit women, you don't, there's certain things that you don't need to discuss that are
Yes.
just naturally wrong. You know they're wrong. It doesn't matter what race, what ethnic background, how you were raised, what media you consume. These things are moral behaviors and they should just be classified as wrong.
Yes.
So
And for those who are not aware of what Guapo's talking about, he is referring to the fact that the YouTuber we spoke about previously had hired Guapo's ex as an employee, and on a friend level, on a personal level, that is a violation of what I personally call the bro code. It is just something that you would not do without prior communication and say, hey, you wouldn't date nor hire somebody, one of your friend's exes. And I believe Guapo felt it as a serious violation, and he went on live and vented all of this. And uh, that was the official ending of any sort of relationship between the YouTuber and Guapo. Correct?
the pretty much, man, but it's not, it was done behind my back and maliciously. It wasn't, hey, I'm gonna hire her, and you know, it's nothing. No, bro, no. And I'm not saying you're saying that,
No.
I'm just saying, you know, it was done in a very malicious way. And I swear it's, and a lot of people are not gonna agree, and again, that's okay, but they weren't there. You guys, I'm talking to you that don't agree and don't see it. You were not there for the antics. You weren't there for the lies. You didn't realize, I mean, some people think that this was a transparent behavior, and it wasn't. I had to see a YouTube video with 30 views to confirm that my ex, who has no business talking to, communicating with, they don't hang out, they don't speak to each other. She's never hung out with him without me. This is not normal. You don't norm. This is not normal. You know, I think at the time, him and George were broken up. So to make this something normal is I really disagree with you guys, but I respect your guys' opinion. Is the best way to do it. That's just how I'm gonna just
And since then, you have been under a microscope by this YouTuber's fan base. You have been given a cease and desist letter. What was that like? Was that like what the hell?
No, not at all. Are you kidding me? That was normal. That was fine. I'm surprised. To be honest, guys, I'm very surprised that I don't have any kind of court papers. I figured that he would be dumb enough to waste his money and try to sue me. I mean, I really think so. And I was kind of betting on it a little bit because I have so much. There's so much discovery and so many things to ask, and so much information that's going to be it's gonna become available
Yes.
immediately once you get in locked into that. Now all of that information is officially available and officially, and he taught me that. So I definitely the cease and desist was not anything that was surprising in the closest. I mean, it's what a coward does. He
Yeah.
runs around and threatens a bunch of different lawsuits and creates and distills fear into the public, and thinking that he can get away with everything, and pretty much that he's God, that anything that he doesn't agree with, he could just take to the legal system and win and go through all these countless years of legal battles back and forth, and eventually it's going to go either somebody's way, and that's just the conclusion of it. And I'm used to that. I know this person like entirely, so nothing about that came to surprise at all. I actually had a 2-hour talk with his lawyer about slander and defamation and what to say and what not to say and what makes me liable and what doesn't. And I
Wow.
knew that his lawyer was on his side. I knew that everything that I say could be recorded, even though it was illegally recorded, because I was in California at the time when I had that conversation with my lawyer. And I made
It's
not
good
my
that you're
lawyer, but
making
his
that
lawyer.
public now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The minute that I actually had my current girl at the time record me and record everything and make it to where it's like, look, I am currently on the phone with.
Oh, did we lose Guapo? I think we might have just lost Guapo, guys. We'll give him a second to come back. Let's see what the chat is up to. Uh, somebody said, "Is that still his side chick?" And by him, he means the YouTuber. I'm not commenting on that. What else do we got?
You're awesome!
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you both for doing this interview.
You are very welcome. Let's go to a different camera view until Guapo comes back, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. What was I thinking? And oh, he's back. Let's go back to it. Oh, gotta put him back in here. Add him to the stage and put him here. All right. See, guys, I'm figuring this out.
Okay, hang on a second. So yeah, basically, yeah, the cease and desist. It wasn't even at all like anything that I was worried about, bro. Like I knew that it was gonna happen, and like I said, during the time, that it was a very understanding conversation.
Yeah.
We had a great me and his lawyer had a great conversation. His lawyer been through the similar situation as well. I knew that everything could be liable because, like I said, it's his lawyer, right? But I knew that like I should hear him out. And that's exactly what I did. And he said it. He said, there's ways to express yourself that's not going to hold you legally liable. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should look into that a little bit more. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly why we say what we say the way that we're saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is America. This is the freedom of the world. Okay. A lot of people like to threaten legally. They do legal threats. It's what they do for. I mean, it's what a narcissist does, guys. This guy's the definition of a narcissist. So, yeah, it didn't take me by surprise at all, brother. It really didn't. And I knew that this all stems from just not being able to hold yourself accountable for your own actions.
Yes.
It's really what it is. What happened is what happened. It should be that, you know?
But it's funny, that one stream kind of pivoted all of your content. It took it from a
Good.
majority, reselling channel to now you got this drama element involved in it. And not only a drama element, but you got an element of all of these fans and people who have been wronged by this content creator coming to your side. And you're kind of saddling all that and being a spokesman in an essence of, I was done the bogus too, and then you go out in public and you are confronted by the man that just broke your heart, and you filmed it. Talk about that video and what was going through your brain that day when you were confronted by this YouTuber.
I mean, it was probably one of the most challenging times in my whole entire life, Supa Dave. I can't even express it any better. I knew that not only a person that I would literally, these are two people that at one point I would take a bullet for.
Yes.
These are two people, and this is huge, that I would literally give my life for if it came down to it. And there was a situation where I was called to be a hero. I would be the first person to do it. It wouldn't even be a thing. I wouldn't even think twice about it, because I know that that would have been my calling. And I know that I would put my life on the line for the people that I love. I would die for my mom. I'd die for my nana, without even thinking about it. My legends. It wouldn't even be a thing. So to see someone that I potentially could have married and had a child with, obviously, thank God that didn't happen by the Lord. Lord Jesus Christ, thank you so much that didn't happen. We weren't planning those things. I'm just saying that there was that long of a relationship. To see somebody that was literally at one point the most important person to me in my life literally film another backstabbing, lying piece of just work and be okay with filming these things when you know these are lies, this guy and what his plan is, and you're okay with filming it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do, whatever. Hey, you want to pay your bills, even though you live with your mom, whatever it is, what it is. You're trying to put it in a perspective of a survival aspect. I get it, but at that point, I definitely, if the shoes were swapped, I would have been like, look, I can't do this, man. I'm gonna put this down.
Yeah.
I can't do this. Like, things run a little bit deeper than this, and this is embarrassing. I don't want to be an accomplice in this. I don't want to film you blabber a bunch of lies to someone that I know is not anything like what you're saying at all. And I'm okay with this whole, like, in some kind of weird, nasty revenge way. It's disgusting. And it was a hard thing. I knew also that this type of person is a person that would go the lines of thinking of the bigger picture. So I figured if I thought of the bigger picture as well, I would be able to combat that agenda. And obviously, I'm referring to the agenda of getting me caught up in a charge that would involve him restraining me and putting a restraining order on me that would prevent me from going and being his competition in storage units and prevent me from going to storage units. And I thought of my legends and I thought of my business. Now, win or lose, anyone that would push me beyond that level based on where I'm from, my background, just how I was raised, it's natural to defend yourself and your honor in a physical way, right? Because I'm a man, right? You're in my face, there's things that are happening, and whether you beat me to a pulp or whether I win the fight, this has to happen because there's no other way to get out of this situation.
True.
I don't have enough time to call the police. The police aren't going to get here in time. There's no other way but to defend yourself, get out of harm's way, and then assess the situation. Okay? But now, since there's 1,000,010 cameras on me, I see the agenda. I know what this guy's trying to do. He's spewing lies, getting in my face. I'm physically getting out of my face. The auctioneer is not helping me. Auctioneer is trying to get me kicked out as well. Nobody's stepping in, and I'm not doing anything but trying to de-escalate the situation and go about it. And I get it. Hey, you talk smack, it's time to talk. You talking smack, it's time to it's time to put your mouth where your words are. It's time to. Man,
We're gonna
I'll
talk
debate
about
shit around you."
everything.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. All right. Well, guess what? The first thing I asked him, hey, you want this to happen when? At the beginning of the auction? You want to go in the grass in the middle of the auction? What about the end of the auction? You guys want to go to the grass after that? What do you want me to say? How do I become a man? He's saying, this is a thing, Super Dave.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't even be a man. What is being a man? Punching him in the face? Getting a charge?
Yeah, and
What's a
then
man? What, you
losing
want me
your
to push
business.
you?
Because you can't go to auctions.
What's being a man? Yeah, I didn't go to the freaking auction to argue with you one-on-one and go back and forth with words. I said what I said online. You know how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing even to say to you. I came to bid on storage units. You're there. It sucks. Nobody wants you to be there.
Yeah. I will tell you as a viewer, I felt
like,
when it got to the Childish point was when he was literally chasing you. He was literally following you around. And that's when I was like, this is childish. And you were like, watch this. I'm going to take 10 steps forward and he's going to come right behind. And sure as shit, that's what he did. And I was like, wow.
Right back in my face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I couldn't get the angle of him actually assaulting me with his chest. That's an angle that I have now. I have the footage now.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be very relevant. That's actually golden footage right there. I need that footage. I have 1 million copies of it.
Yeah.
That whole chest bump, that was it. That was what I needed. And at the time, it wasn't, again, at the time when you're in a heated situation, man, you don't really know what to do, man. I was so emotional. I even remember actually going to my car and talking to my ex and saying, look, I'm not going to go to jail.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to get me to hit him. I'm not going to go to jail. I don't know what you want me to tell you, because I know she probably wanted us to fight.
Yeah.
I probably know that that's probably something that she would want us to do. And, and then on top of that, the whole,
the boy stuff,
whole talking about my private parts.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. And the teenage boy stuff, what are you even talking about?
I think that's more damning than the chest bump. I personally think that's way more damning than the chest bump.
And it's funny because, dude, you're the only one that I've ever even heard even bring that back up. Because so many people were just like, how dumb does this guy even sound or look, dude?
The fact that he went to Chapo, though, that was telling when he's like, don't we got that? And he looked at her.
Right.
And she didn't say yes or no.
You guys say something right now. I'm like, where's the proof? Say it right now. Yeah. What are you talking? And what's so crazy is I kept bringing up that later on in the episode. You see, I kept bringing it up. Like, bro, what is this? Some YouTube stuff? Did you plan this?
Yep.
So,
Mama Legend says he's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's just a weirdo. He's just a weirdo.
But
I
anyway,
see David in chat. He said, "Guapo, stop. Just get the protection order." Yeah, I just it's about motivation. It really is. It's about motivation to even move forward. A lot of people have said that, man. A lot of people recommend it, and there's just a lot of antics that are just with the Walton School thing with the.
I was just gonna get to
the
that.
Auctioneer. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. There's so much more I could answer your question too, just to keep going. But
the journey of the storage legend
is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a true journey that you've been on, and it's like you have a supervillain now. You actually have your counterpart, and it's the true. It's like written out of a movie, Guapo. It's crazy. The mentor that actually turns on you and everything. And one thing this person did is if confronting you and making accusations that he made were not bad enough, he then allegedly made attempts to stop you from. First, he allegedly reported you for your auctions, which you have a video
did everything that he could do. He everything. I mean, as far as defamation goes, to try to defame a person, you went into. I mean, what the next thing you could do is probably accuse me of killing somebody or raping somebody or something. I mean, what else or terrorism? I mean, what else are you going to accuse me of beside all these other things you can possibly say that's negative about a person? You can tell the guy's just fishing to say just anything negative to try to get me to react. You can tell. I mean, there's certain things that you just say to a person that no matter what you say, I'm punching him. I'm going to punch him in the face. I don't care, and then that's what he wanted. And I didn't give that to him.
Because you're a real man.
I didn't give that to him. I'm a real man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you get a knock on your door, and it is the State Department of Agriculture. Is that correct?
It is the Ohio Department of Agriculture to talk to me about the live auctions that I have been conducting. And he said multiple times that there is a very annoying individual that will not stop calling him.
And this is
And the
all
only reason
recorded on the
why,
channel. This is, you have this recorded.
yes,
Yes.
this is all on the channel live, man. That his multiple attempts, and there's something that you could tell you could tell he knew what was going on a little bit, because he's like, I don't know what you did to piss him off,
Yep.
you can tell, you heard his reaction. So yeah, the guy just kept, nasty, dirty, disgusting, ugly germ calls every single day to the Ohio Department of Agriculture to report that I'm having these auctions, and then he goes and he says that you can't have the YouTube auctions. Stop having the YouTube auctions. Says he's not concerned about eBay and whatnot. Then tells me he's concerned about eBay and whatnot, and that he's turning in the case. I have to go get my auctioneer's license regardless. Haven't got it yet. Weeks pass. I get a letter in the mail, an affidavit of a misdemeanor of the first degree, illegal practice, and I'm currently battling the charge right now for selling on YouTube, or for selling on eBay and whatnot.
And then because you're in a state that has a weird law that whatnot and all them, you can only make 10,000. Is that the law? 10,000. Otherwise, you have to have an auctioneer's license. Correct?
Yes.
So you go as far as contacting an auctioneer school. You send a down payment. You book yourself for the class. All of a sudden, it's the day or two before the classes are supposed to start, and you get an email that says your money will be refunded. No information about why it's being refunded. No information about anything. And you hear from subscribers that this YouTuber was boasting on his channel that he had worked an agreement out. Can you kind of explain? I was a little cloudy on that. How you learn that this agreement was made, allegedly.
I'm posting your live right now on the channel. So here, so I got an email, and the email wasn't from anybody specific. It was from PayPal, and PayPal said you're getting a refund. It wasn't an email from Walton. Walton never responded. Yeah, Walton never responded to me. They never gave me any reason, or they never responded to anything. They just said they didn't say anything.
That's even worse. That's even more unprofessional.
Yeah, I know. And there's been multiple attempts, and this is in the videos, multiple attempts of me reaching out to them that dated all the way back to October. And the only way I found out that Germ had something to do with this is the fans. The fans said that he did it on his his own time or something like that, and that on his members only, he told people that he was going to, attend some of the classes. He was going to attend some of the upcoming classes, because they only have a certain amount of times per year, and that since he's going to attend the classes, that school isn't going to let me join or be a part of them.
Wow.
And that's the stipulation.
So it's very odd that all that happened at the same time, so it makes sense.
It's not even odd. It's just, yeah, it makes sense. The fans are saying it. I'm pretty sure Rob confirmed it, and they're three. It was three of them that went and did that whole appearance to the channel. So
wow. Now what I was always wondering is, I was always under the impression that didn't Rob do an auctioneer school? Couldn't you go to Rob's? Doesn't Rob do one? Couldn't you go to his school?
No, Rob does not do an auctioneer school.
Oh, okay. See.
Rob does not do an auctioneer school. No, he does not.
Okay. So for some reason, I thought he had some kind of school or something. There you go. There you go. So, anyways, that kind of brings us to where we are today. You're trying to get involved. You're trying to get your auctioneer's license. You have these fans of this YouTuber, just saying the most stupid things about you. They've dubbed you Guano, which is batshit. Everybody gets
I
a
like that. It's
nickname.
a funny
Yeah,
name.
everybody gets a
That's a
nickname
funny
from
name.
this YouTuber. Um, how has this affected your life, Guapo? How has this whole ordeal affected you personally?
Well, I experienced probably some of the biggest betrayal I think I'm probably ever, hopefully ever gonna experience. It affected my life tremendously, man. Because again, these at one point were important people to me. But at the time, we were broken up, and me and him weren't talking, and there was just, there was separation brewing, definitely. But it has affected my life tremendously. But it's also allowed me to gain a lot of friends back. I have a lot of friends that should have, whatever, regardless of the situation, we should have never even, there shouldn't have been any separation between anybody.
Yeah.
Lisa, Robbie, Pirate, any of the other West Coasters that want to chime in behind the scenes.
And
There's
there's a
there's a
lot of
lot of
them.
people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that, and at the time, again, we weren't friends. It's not like we weren't buddies. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people that I believe are now a part of such a tremendous cause. There's a lot of channels that are birthed from this content.
Yes.
There's a group of people, whether they're on this side or that side, it's very apparent they're beyond interested in this stuff. So those are obvious things that are surfacing and birthing from the situation. But honestly, I mean, it is what it is. I really feel like, how is it going to change? I mean, it changed the content for sure, Super Dave. You know that the content has changed, probably because there's a trending topic and there's an elephant in the room,
Yes.
and a combination of, it gets too much sometimes, bro. It gets too much, and I start to shut down, and that's why we don't have videos. That's why videos don't come out.
Same. I go through the same
I
thing,
start to
Guapo.
I start to shut down. I'm like, you know what, man, this is a lot, man. There's a lot. And as much as I'm able to stomach, and the capacity that I have to just, bottle things up, sometimes it gets to be a bit much. That's why these past, 6 7 months
Yep.
really have been, they've been just a big roller coaster, man. And the content hasn't been as consistent because of the challenges. But everything, we're in the winning side, though. This is not anywhere near over. And man, I gotta say, I mean, the things that are happening behind the scenes, I mean, just with this live alone,
Yeah.
so impactful. I mean, so great. Allows me to, there's so much impact,
Yeah.
to say the least. And you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
And and
You know, it's
it's huge, man.
it's
It's a
funny
big
to
deal, man.
me.
It's beyond a blessing. Go ahead.
It's funny to me that everybody says, the new key phrase is the anti-Hales ecosystem. I am a part of no anti-Hales ecosystem. What I'm doing today is I am doing an interview with a YouTuber by the name of Guapo, who has a channel called Storage Legends. And Storage Legends cannot tell his legend without talking about this YouTuber. So he has every right to have his own thoughts, his own opinions, and a lot of this is backed by fact. All you got to do is go through and watch any of Guapo's videos in the past 6 months. So it is not an uh, an ecosystem by any means. The fact of the matter is, I have been wanting to interview this man for so long, and he has genuinely been wronged by a fellow YouTuber. And I see in the chat right now, Carrie said, Guapo, it is extremely clear to me that the YouTuber views you as a threat. So he's doing everything he can do to quote unquote cock block you. Sorry to speak sorry to speak that way. Anything good, his fragile ego makes his actions transparent and to
To
many of
many
them.
of us,
Yeah.
yeah, Carrie, very, very. It's unfortunate, Carrie, that not everybody thinks like you and has a level head like yourself. But again, we always reference this all the time. Not everybody is gonna think like us, dude. Not everybody is
Yeah.
gonna have a level head, bro. Not everybody's gonna understand that. Listen, these things are beyond real that we're talking about, Super
Yes.
Dave. And a lot of people in a lot of their lives, a lot of their content, nobody can. It's very hard to be this passionate and this involved in your content. A lot of YouTubers, and again, we don't want to compare ourselves, but I'm just referencing this because this is relevant, guys. A lot of people, it's an alter life.
It is.
Germ included. Germ's nothing like how he is. It's an alter life. It's an alter scenario, and this is coming from the heart, guys. It definitely has changed my life, but I don't think that you guys would see it if it was extreme in any way. Yeah, I got this little court case, but guys, think about the hype behind when this court case is done. Guys, when I get my auctions license, it's gonna go crazy. We're gonna
Oh yeah.
have the craziest. So many people are gonna not only want to go to auctions I end up being the auctioneer to,
Yeah, you
but
can
we're
do
back
estate
on.
auctions. You can do a lot of
Yeah,
other stuff.
dude, we're back on YouTube though.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back on YouTube, and that's a huge thing. I know a lot of the fans want that. So
I will tell you this, everybody would always, there's those haters that would say your channel was built off the back of this other YouTuber. But I will say, since this falling out, your channel hasn't took much of a loss. If anything, I'd say you're up a little bit overall, correct?
what of what?
Subs and the overall engagement,
Oh
you're
no,
you
I lost all kind of subs. I'm losing subs every day. I've been
really?
losing a lot of I've been losing a lot of subs. Yeah, for sure. But that's probably just from due to the fact that I haven't been putting out much
I was just about to
content.
say that.
I haven't been putting out much content at all. I know if anybody's looking and wants to be a YouTuber at all that's watching this interview, it's very important. And I learned this. This is the first thing that I learned. Actually, Germ taught me this. I'm not afraid to say that at all. I'm very real with you guys. You have to put a video out every day. You have to do a video every day. Consistency is everything, guys. That's it. It's what it comes down to. So imagine if we've had videos every single day since that situation happened. It would have been another scale of content. But there's things that are worth way more than just ad revenue, you
True.
know?
True.
Mental health, I believe, is very important. It's beyond, it's something that we don't really understand. We understand, but it's something that we don't really shine light on enough. We really don't.
No,
Your
I
mental health
agree.
is very, very, very important.
Mental health is very important, especially to my channel. That is one thing I'm very transparent about, Guapo, is my mental health and my troubles with it. And I show my viewers the good and the bad. If I'm having a bad day, I know a lot of people don't like to film. Sometimes I will, just to show you my state of mind in that day. And that's not exploitative. It's just because that's what my heart says I have to do on those days. And one thing that you've always said, and I said this to you, probably, is that you use your chat as a form of therapy. I've heard you say that before. And I've come to kind of lean on my chat as a form of,
You're
therapy.
awesome.
Oh,
Because I want to,
Dude,
not because only me said
Ed just gave
so.
me a super
yeah.
chat. That's so funny, dude. Ed and
Thank you so
David are
much, Ed.
funny, bro.
Thank you
That's
so
funny,
much, Ed.
man. That's so funny to me, dude. We clown on my lives, dude. It's
For
so
sure.
funny.
And that's what I'm gonna say is,
Um,
if you say you're losing subs, your engagement damn sure isn't taking a hit, because your chats are
no.
lively, they're fun. Everybody's having a good time. I've seen the giveaways you do. I've seen you say pick a number and the winner gets $100. I mean, this is the type of stuff that makes a fun channel. And so your engagement
Yeah,
is to be other channels should inspire to your level of engagement. And that's just me being real
yeah.
right now.
No, I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of definitely the engagement has been higher. As far as like lose again, it's the lack of content where the subs are always up and down on your
Hmm.
studio. I mean, it's always
I'm
gonna be the
learning
case. I
that.
don't pay attention to that. Yeah. And there's something else that you asked me that I wanted to touch up on.
Using
Um,
your chat is kind of like a form of therapy.
Yes, yes, yes. We've talked about that a bunch of times. And yes, it's very important for me to use the chat as some sort of therapy. It always has been that way. It's a form of documentation and it's a form of therapy, guys. I mean, I'll go live and people will tell me their honest opinion. That's all I would ever want from them. and they'll hear me out and they'll be there for
You're
me. And
awesome.
that's why,
Because I love
that's probably why me
Milltown
and my
and
legends are
Guapo.
so close, man, because we just, man, it's just, if without that kind of form of, you know, consultation, is that a good way of putting it?
I would, yeah.
Counsel,
Yeah, they are good
that form of
they're your
counsel.
consigliere.
Company. Yeah, company's a good coin. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
$5 super
I
chat from
agree.
Pebs. Thank you. Just wanted to get that in.
I agree. I do agree. You heard me say that and you agree, and I
Absolutely.
definitely agree.
I
For
think
sure.
I find your authenticness so aspiring. I find your whole story uh, inspiring. I just see somebody your age and how far you came and all the adversity you've overcome, especially when you talk about your childhood and things of that sort, being raised by a single mother. You've been through a lot, man, and to where you're at. So I am proud of you. But I gotta ask,
Appreciate it, man.
we're getting ready to wind this up, but I gotta ask you, where does the legend go from here, Guapo? Where does the legend go from here?
Man, I just want to continue to just be as you know, I want to continue to be as me as I can be. I don't want to lose how I am, man. This is before the germ thing, man. This is before I've definitely experienced trials and tribulations that, again, I don't like to compare to somebody else, but I would assume, or how about this? I've experienced trials and tribulations that, in my opinion, the average Joe wouldn't really be the same, as far as heart on their shoulders, being giving, and still trying to remain very consistent to my core roots, which
Yes.
are just be legendary and try to be, guapo. And that's where I go from here. It's focusing on my health, God, family, and my legends. Those are the most important things to me, and I will die for those things. It's what my soul belongs to, Super Dave. To be
Amen.
as transparent and as honest as possible. That is what I belong to. That is my purpose in life. I don't have any kids. I don't know. I know a lot of people say they have kids and it changes your purpose, it changes your perspective in life. Well, guys, I can't relate to that right now. I don't have kids. I don't. So to go and to move forward, to answer your question, it is to focus and to remain
You're awesome.
very consistent to my
Great
core
interview.
self, and to not allow these people that are doing the betrayal antics and demonstrating backstabbing mentalities, and not understanding that there's a right and wrong way to do things. And I don't want those people to take who I am and change how I am. That's the
That's
best way to answer, man.
and that's fair. Do you have a couple time to take a couple questions from the chat?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Dude, I'm in no rush, brother. Yeah, absolutely, man.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And
I
thank
just
you to
wanted to be
Kim.
as honest with you as I can, Super Dave, because that's important, man. Because I can start talking about financial goals. I could start talking about, the financial disruption that the $1,500 I got to pay to a lawyer, the fines I'm probably going to get.
Yeah.
We can talk about the travel, and I would talk about the $2,800 that I had to pay for my school. We talk about the travel that I'm probably gonna have to pay for going to the freaking test spot in Indiana or wherever the heck I'm going, Kentucky. Where am I going? I don't even know where I'm
So
going.
so what you're
You
basically
know,
saying, what I
eh,
hear you saying is tortious interference is what I'm hearing is that another YouTuber has torted your business with all this nonsense. Would you agree with that statement or no?
You're
no, because my
awesome.
business
Okay.
is flourishing beyond
Have
belief.
really
Just
Okay.
enjoyed
given
listening to
other
you
other
both.
other reasons. I mean, the more those antics continue, the more you're pissing so many other people off, and the more that's going to transfer to just support to come out
True.
on top in
That's
this
a good way of
situation.
looking at things. That
I
is.
mean, you could relate, Milltown. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely, I mean, it's definitely very relevant and very transparent. There's people that really don't like this person, and some people are a lot more powerful than other people. Those powerful people, though, I'm telling you, there's no. So no, No, not at all. But I do believe that, you know, just Super Dave, I just wanted to tell you, like, that's why when you ask me where do I go from here,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go into the financial goals that I have, is why I said those things.
But you do have
Because
financial goals, obviously. You
oh
have,
hell yeah, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. But I definitely think that what is important when you ask, and anybody asks, not even just you, anybody, that like where do you go from here? What is important to you? Where's your mindset? Where are you focused? You know, what is gonna grasp your most attention, brother? It's those four things
yes.
right there. I mean, that's it. God, health, family, legends. That's it.
And everything else
That's it.
falls into place. That is so cool. I just
Hey,
I gotta talk to the chat real quick because Donna just said a 4.99 super chat and said they have really enjoyed listening to us both. And Kim had said great interview. So I can't thank you guys enough. And if you guys got any questions for Guapo, now's the time. It
let
would
me
be
pull up
amazing.
this chat. I haven't even seen the chat.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. What are you
No.
gonna do, man? We're gonna have an after party, bro. You coming on or what?
Well, I know. I think Lisa goes live at like 9, so I don't want to step on her
Mm,
toes. So
I always
You're
talk about that.
awesome.
You know, it really
Be legendary,
it's
fire.
very tough, right? Because we have a lot of channels and
there
there's a
are.
lot of people,
Mhm.
you know. So that's why I try not to get into those. That's I like to call it politics, you
Yes.
know, because all of us have. I mean, we're all communicating. We all have a lot of respect for everyone, not just Lisa. Everyone.
Yes. Sherry
So if
says,
I were
"Be
to
legendary."
follow, yeah, if I were gonna follow that, it's like, dude, like I can't. Then I would be able to not go live ever, you know, because
Yeah,
there's so many people that are going live in the
for
chat,
sure.
you know. So
For sure.
yeah, man. So that's where that goes. On that note, you know. But yeah, dude, I'm thinking about having an after party, man. If you're down.
Yeah, I might stop on, man. Are you going on your channel? You're gonna go live on yours?
Yeah, but we're not done on yours. I want to hear that. I want to hear anything if anybody has any questions
Yeah,
or anything.
for sure. Guys, hey, we got him. It took so long to get him here, but we got him. So hit him with some questions.
Yeah, what are you guys thinking? Let me get the chat up. I haven't even seen the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even have the chat up. I'm on my phone.
I'll tell you that Current Chaos just said that you are a real a role model and you could run your own school.
I probably could, probably in a few years, huh? That's funny. Thank you, Karen
Awesome
Chaos.
people
Karen
in
Chaos
the
is so
chat.
positive.
Oh,
Thank you.
for sure. And that just speaks to the legends, as you call them. They're my besties, you know, and
Nice.
they are awesome. They really are.
Let me see. I love you too, Jackie. Let's see. Shout out to the beard. Yeah.
When will the shop be open?
However, I do listen and love you bunches. Pebs, this is the thing that I
You're
found out how to do
awesome.
it. Okay. So
You guy are awesome.
there,
Best of luck to you
excuse me, I'm
both.
over here. I'm double fisting, guys.
Hey,
Um,
I got my
I
coffee.
have nice. So every YouTube channel has an at, okay? Your at is your username. It should be like your name and some numbers. It should be something. The way you find it, oh my gosh, I got the hiccups. The way you find it, I believe, I don't know how to find it. Somebody, how do you find that? You know how to find it,
I
Super
know
Dave?
if you just go to YouTube and then if you go pull up your channel, it usually says at and then the name. Like yours is at Storage Legends. I'm at Milltown's Best.
Yeah. So, Peb, so I need your at, and then I can type it in the search bar and unhide you. But if I don't have your at, then I can't do it. I found out how to do it though. I did find out how to do it. So Guapo, egg salad or ham and cheese sandwich? Egg salad all day.
I agree. I will
Without
agree with that.
without even thinking about it. It's not even close.
I've been
Because
on
you
an
can
egg
put
kick
some
lately.
mayonnaise. Yeah, put some tuna in the egg sandwich. Oh man, dude. You
Ooh.
throw some mayonnaise in there. And I don't even cook. So
You don't cook, really?
yeah.
You look like the type that would throw down in the kitchen.
No, man. I make a mean bowl of cereal. I could make a better bowl of cereal than a lot of you guys in the chat right
Well,
now.
now that we're
But
talking cereal, what cereal do we go with if we're
uh
Guapo?
I'm on a frosted mini wheats wave right now.
Ooh, okay. Can't go wrong. I'm a Frosted Flakes guy.
Tony, they're great.
They are
They're
great.
great.
They are great.
So, so yeah, I'm on a frosted mini wheats kick right now. I make a mean tuna casserole too.
Ooh,
I make a
okay.
mean tuna casserole.
Now, is that cold tuna casserole or a hot tuna casserole?
It's a hot one. We're
Okay.
boiling noodles and we're warming up the sauce in the microwave.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
pouring and drizzling the sauce on the noodles when the product is complete, man. It's made with love.
There you go. Now you got me craving tuna.
I'm over here like,
Yeah,
it's
right.
made with love.
Oh, that is awesome, man. I cannot tell
Funny.
you how glad I am that we got put in contact, man. For real.
Yeah.
From seeing, my first experience with you was through that YouTuber's videos, and you just always stood out as like a clowner, and you are truly what you see is what you get. And
Yeah, man.
that is becoming a lost thing this day and age where everybody's trying to be somebody they're not, or they're not authentic. And that is one thing
Right.
about you. You are very authentic, and everybody in the chat is just talking about how it's an awesome thing to see. And I have to agree, man. I'm so glad to have met you.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully, one day we can meet in person, bro, and film some things for family or
Yeah.
for legends and subscribers, man.
I got to get
And
some
I
growth
really
on this
appreciate it,
channel.
man. You will.
I'm
You
I'm
will.
gonna
Put videos out, bro. You're
yeah.
not putting videos out.
Dude, it's because I was just telling I made a members only video about this. It's like I feel like my viewers right now, they only expect a certain kind of content from me, and I'm over that kind of I don't want to say I'm over it, but how much more can I say? I feel like I've said so much. I want to start covering other people, and that's why I thought this interview tonight was kind of the direction I kind of want to take the channel, is in interviewing, up and coming people, people who have established business professionals, social media people, and just get the who, what, when, where, and why of it. And I think that is a good way that could be organic growth, and it doesn't always have to be drama. Like you just said, you get burnt out. I'm dramaed out, man. You can only get so many lawsuit threats in a day or two before, or a week or two before you're just like, man, I don't have nothing left. Just do whatever you're gonna do already, because I don't have nothing left to give. I don't have anything for you to win. I don't have anything. I'm done. And that's where I kind of been these past couple weeks.
So, I mean, I think that first of all, I want to tell you right now, Supa Dave. I mean, once I start dropping these vids, I mean, dude, you'll have a lot to talk about, dude. If that's the route, I mean, it's nowhere near done. I hate to say it, but it's nowhere near done. There's so many things that still need to come out. There's a lot that's going to go on with this court case. Who knows what the summer is going to have? Who knows where this is even going to go? Everything that's happened is going to happen for a reason, and everything that happens is going to be, the Lord's will.
Yeah.
So we'll move accordingly. But I want to remind you that at no time in YouTube there is a hang on a second. At no time in YouTube is there a like non-spoken contract that you have to follow some sort of pattern agenda. Like there's no one is saying, hey, it's because you made this kind of content, you have to make the same kind of content the next 4 weeks, or else you're not the right YouTuber. Dude, this is your channel, bro.
Yeah.
Like the channel belongs to you, bro. It doesn't belong to anybody else. So if I seen an old video of Mr. Beast counting to a million or something like that. Like
Yeah.
he just sat there and counted to a million, He understood that it has to come out.
Yeah.
I think my last video got under 2,000 views. I uploaded it at 3, maybe 55 a.m. on a Thursday or something like that. Dude, nobody is up. Nobody's watching. Nobody's gonna get that notification.
True.
I decided to do that because it has to come out.
Yeah.
It's gotta go. Hey, I was done and finally uploaded. So yeah, I just want to encourage you to not be afraid to put out content, bro.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of people in Otter Creek alone that are making content right now that is
Yeah.
just whatever they feel like doing, and people still watch it. And it's cool. Be genuine. Be yourself. There's somebody that wants to watch something,
Yeah.
you know.
I
So
think that Thomas Collins. I don't know if you're aware of who Thomas Collins is, but I think
yeah,
he
yeah. I
would be
think
a good
he
interview.
wears the shirts.
Yeah, I think he would be a great interview. And I think a lot of us all have our stories to tell. We all have our own legends. And I think that could be a good avenue to try to, I wanted to interview the Bearded Fisherman. He's in all of our chats, and he's very active, very talkative. You ever wonder who the Bearded Fisherman is, Guapo?
He's been trying to get me to go to freaking WrestleMania, and I'm down, dude.
Go to
I'm
Beard.
about to freaking dude. I responded to him, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, when is WrestleMania? It doesn't matter when WrestleMania is, because we're all gonna go into WrestleMania and whoop their candy ass. No,
The first Guapo cutting promos over here.
it's, where's WrestleMania at? And let me tell you something. It doesn't matter where WrestleMania is.
Well, that's a good that brings up a good question. Do you enjoy the research aspect of reselling? Like, for example, you get a bunch of wrestling merchandise. Do you enjoy the process of looking up about what you have there?
I love everything about this business, bro. I even love taking losses on storage
That
units.
says a lot. That really says a lot.
I love picking pennies out of boxes and putting them in this penny drawer right here. It's getting full, guys. It's actually unreal to have
Wow.
a video. Look how big that thing is, dude.
That
You know
would
how
be a
heavy this is, dude?
that would be a fun game to do, like a contest to guess how much money's in that jar.
Oh, should we do that?
That'd be fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think you just did it. I think you just did it. I think you did it.
Oh. I think we lost Guapo again, guys. Gotta wait for him to come back. If he's gonna come back. Oh man, I redid all of my shortcuts on my stream deck, and since I've done that, I'm having such a hard time controlling this stream. So please bear with me. Okay, he's back. Let's go back to Guapo here. I gotta bring him back in, and then put him over.
Dude,
here.
I think we should do that, man.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think it would work great.
Dude.
I
Who votes in the chat?
Yeah, good question. If you guys think that's a good idea, one in chat.
Dude, we should freaking give the freaking piggy bank. Dude, what do you guys, the piggy bank away? What do you think?
I would say there's close to $1,000 there, if not a little less, but there's a lot of money there, man. I mean, you probably know, you're probably more up on numbers than I am, to be honest with you, but I've never seen that many pennies personally. Yeah, everybody's thinking it's a good idea. Everybody, lots of ones in the chat.
Wow. Do you guys what's the one? What are we doing?
I said put a one in chat if you think that's a good idea to guess, do a contest to guess what's in the piggy bank or the penny jar.
Right? I'm down, dude. We'll give away. This is what we're gonna do, okay? We'll give away. What's a good idea? Donate. What do we want? What should we do here? I don't know. I feel like.
It
Wait a
doesn't have to
minute.
be nothing major.
I'm in the chat. Hold on. Let's see here. Wait, shipping would cost so much. Oh
Yeah,
my
it
god,
would.
you're right. You're right.
But you could do even if it's for a Storage Legends t-shirt. It's just a little fun thing it could be, just for some engagement. I know you're bigger with your giveaways.
Dude, Kevin said, who's going to count the pennies? Oh, Canadian Angel, I'm about to send you my refund, okay? So you can buy whatever you want with the PS5 money. Let me see here. Meet and greet and dinner. Ooh.
That's not a bad idea.
Current chaos. Where are we going to dinner? Current chaos. Getting steak. Oh man, that's funny.
Good
What's
afternoon,
up?
Aussie.
What's up, Aussie? Um,
you you got your mom doing logistics in the chat. She's like, we wouldn't do that.
we would not send the change. We would probably send Cash App. Yeah, look, I'm trying to get my mom to retire.
That's awesome, man.
I want to retire my mom, but there's a lot more working pieces and moving pieces. It's not as simple as, okay, son, I'm gonna retire, and she knows that I know that, and I talk to her like I think that it is that simple.
Mm.
And yeah, she's a great mother. I love her.
Here's a question to
Love her very much.
I'm saying this. You can answer or not answer, and it's kind of joking that I'm answering it. Who's a harder worker, Mama Legends or Nana?
Um, man, who's a harder worker? Damn, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a harder worker than both of them.
Fair.
I don't know. I don't know. I gotta say, we all probably, man, they both work great together. They made a pumpkin roll business that did great.
Oh wow.
I wish I could find out, man, that'd be
You're
really cool to kind of
awesome.
get them to do
Meet
it
and greet
again,
at
but
Days
like
Inn in your town.
make it in a scale where it's residual and it won't require that much labor. I don't know, that's some that's brainstorming things. But yeah, to be honest, Nana, I mean, my mom has had the same job for like 24 years, something like that. She's dedicated more than half my life to this company,
That's
and
amazing.
she's worked her butt off to keep a roof, over both of our heads, and to make it as a single mother and a single woman in this world. And it's not easy. It's not as easy as everyone may seem, or it's not as easy as some people interpret. Or furthermore, a lot of people I feel like know that it's not easy. I don't even know why I'm saying that. A lot of people know that that's not easy. So, on the same context, Nana, on the other hand, given the age that she is, I mean, she completely holds down the fort. It is ridiculous. She single-handedly learned how to work pirate ship, and you know, we when me and Chapo broke up, I dedicated weeks to just teaching Nana the fundamentals of reselling.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, like that right there alone, the work ethic of just that as a 70-year-old woman is ridiculous. I could only imagine when I was 5 or 4 how serious. I mean, she had a job. She had the same job for probably 40 years as well. She worked at Walmart. She worked at Walmart my whole entire life,
Wow.
up and down, walking up and down that superstore, managing things. When you got to get called to the back, you got to get called to the front. They're both very hard workers, man. I can't even put one above the other, to be honest.
That's awesome. Can I ask you one more question if you don't mind?
Absolutely,
Okay.
man. Absolutely.
So we've we've heard your response to this YouTuber bringing your father into everything. We've heard your
Yeah.
thoughts on it. How did your mom handle all that? Was that hard for her to hear a
Not
straight?
not really, because you not really. My mom and my dad don't like, they haven't been together. My dad wasn't there when I was born at the hospital. You know what I mean? My mom and dad were never together when it came down to the birth of me. My mom and dad were in love, and they were high school sweethearts. My dad didn't make the right decisions
Yes.
throughout his path and his journey in life. He made a series of wrong decisions that led him to that whole incarceration career that he made, and he's been in jail for more than half my life. He's in jail now. But I think it's beyond, I mean, I don't think the word dumb, petty, and evil cuts it when you talk about describing a person going at you for something your father did.
Yes.
To bring that up, to make that relevant, to even say this to your 78,000 fans, 78, I don't know, 780,000
Yes.
subscribers that follow you, almost 800,000 people that follow you are watching you talk about my father that's not even in my life, that didn't take no part in raising me, that has no communication. We don't even talk. Has nothing he does has anything to do with my life. And to talk about him being incarcerated and talk about his scenarios is so dumb and beyond. I can't even make the words, guys. I know it sounds silly. I know, and I wish you guys could relate. I don't wish you guys could relate. I don't wish this on anybody, but I do want you guys to take a second and think about this. Imagine if you had a father, right? That has nothing to do with you, and he has no influence on your current life or the life that you wasn't around, and you have a person that doesn't like you, and part of their insult and part of their way to get back at you is to reference and to sort of make fun of but also shine light on the fact that you have a relative that is currently incarcerated. How dumb would you like think that person is, right? If you were in my shoes, wouldn't you look at that person like, wow, you really reached another level of petty?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think immediately like, wow, that person, I can't even believe that that person would stoop to that level? Because number one, it's not even relevant. And then number two, where do you get these ideas from? That, like, it's like talking about an aunt of yours that you don't talk to.
Well, that's the thing they did. They
Like,
brought my brother up. That's what they did to me is well, not that YouTuber specifically, but his viewers, his surrogates, his little side chat, not his side channels, but his super fans that make content. His they dug into my brother, and my brother has a past, and they doxed my brother. They put out his mugshot. They did everything, and my brother is a private citizen. He's not a content creator, nothing. And they used that against me because that's my brother, and my brother was completely understanding. I was gonna quit over it all because I felt like I was putting my family in jeopardy. And my brother said, "I made mistakes in my past. I should be made fun of for that. But don't you dare quit, David. That's what they want you to do. They want you to quit." And I only think that their whole mindset is because they want to hit you in your heart. They want to pull on those strings and elicit those emotions out of you, and make you hurt. And that's what I think it is, really. I think they do that because they want you to hurt, and they think your father is the way to do that.
I don't know. I mean, it's beyond petty. It is beyond petty, and I don't know. Just being a male, in the life that I've lived and the background that I've had, not having a father is difficult. And I'm not trying to pretend to be this tough guy. I never want to give this, if I'm not being mentally strong in a situation, to demonstrate to you guys that I am being mentally strong in a situation does me no good, especially when I use you guys as we call it the consultation.
Hmm.
So to give you my honest opinion and to be transparent is beneficial when we use the chat in that regard. So yeah, bro, not having a pops alone is difficult. Not having that sense of male guidance is very difficult. To be 30 years old and be in a situation with a manipulative, jealous person that is so transparent, he's jealous and manipulative. I mean, just based on the track record that he has with everyone else around him at all times, whether I was friends with him or not, he's everybody that comes around him. There's a drama, there's a problem, there's a lawsuit. So
Eventually.
to see that, eventually you're gonna realize, like, wow, this person is really this way. No matter how much content he puts out, no matter how much he tries to sway you the other way, no matter how many lawsuits or facts about laws that he can throw at you, these facts are very consistent. So to use my father, man, it sucks, dude. It's not anything I'm excited or happy to hear, but on the same context, how dumb could you be? It doesn't really affect me too much. I mean, you're bringing up my personal relatives. I don't know how relevant that is when we talk about you hiring my ex-girlfriend. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if I'm lost, somebody please catch me up here. So I
And
think when he says those things, he's only he's only damaging himself. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, and I was just wondering, and to your knowledge, because you said you haven't really spoke to Chapo, is she still doing her side gig with the YouTuber, or is that done
I
with?
don't know.
Okay, so you
I
don't
don't
even
know. I
know.
haven't. No, I haven't spoke. Um, this is exclusive Super Dave content right here. Me and Chapo stopped talking after I gave my mother the Mercedes for Mother's Day.
That was it.
So that right there is exclusive content. I don't know why we stopped talking. I don't She never told me that she was upset about that. I just thought that it was really ironic that I gave my mom this car. We go 24 hours, 48 hours after that, and I never speak to her again.
Have you ever
And
addressed the
what?
allegations that she says you owe her money?
No, I actually have never addressed those allegations. Those allegations were never even aware. Like
Yeah,
nobody even brought that up.
that
No.
you owed her back pay. He was telling everybody that you owe her money for back pay or something. I don't know, something along those lines.
Oh my God, that's cool.
Allegedly,
I
thousands of
paid her
dollars.
car off. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I paid for everything. I paid for everything, every vacation, every bill, everything, all the food. There's no contribution at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how I could owe anyone back pay if we're going all the Jamaica, Hawaii, Florida, we're going all around the world on my dollar. We go out to eat all the time. All your bills are paid for. How is there back pay that is owed? Number one, and then number two, that was never a discussion ever with my ex-girlfriend. Ever. She's never once said, "Hey, you owe me back pay." Never.
Oh wow.
Because she knows immediately this would be an immediate discussion.
Yes.
So to run these narratives when we're not talking and not together, it's BS. All that is BS. It just is.
Yeah.
It just is. Now, there was discrepancies on when we stopped being together and we got back together, certain lives that were worked, certain auctions that were done, that maybe she might have expected more money than $20 an hour, no tax. i don't
Oh wow.
i don't I don't get it. I don't get it, and that's just for sitting around. I mean, just
Yeah.
when I do my lives, things have to go from the live section to the shelf, and you got to put a name on it. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
I don't I don't get why I didn't think that there should have been more than that at the time, because it's so inconsistent behavior. And so that's probably where that narrative spun from, is that she felt entitled. That was a big deal for
That's what
us.
I
There
figured.
was an it was an entitlement issue. It always was an entitlement issue, because you when you have somebody that is doing something and you're just kind of like along for the ride with it, and then your inconsistent behavior, and then your entitlement, and then the disrespect continues, and all of the antics lead up to this moment. I mean, they start to make a lot more sense, Super Dave, because like, look, hindsight, look what's going on. Look at these feelings, look at where you went. obviously there was something hidden, you know. So whatever, man.
Yeah, I only asked that because I saw one of that YouTuber's videos where he mentioned his family thanked him for everything that was said, and not only did was he thanked by her family, but he has a video of you on her porch, and he was saying all this stuff that allegedly you did in the relationship, and you owed this, and you showed up, and he's got on video on the porch or something, or he can get a video of you showing up and banging on her door or something. So that's the only reason I asked, because I
So
saw it in a video.
so when I he posted that video.
Yeah, he said he didn't post the video of you doing it, but he said
He
he could
can. I
yeah.
didn't say anything wrong.
No,
No, what
he said
happened
yeah.
was is I found out. What happened was is he was. This is what happened. Okay. Now I want to be transparent because I do. I do want to be transparent, man. Because I promised you. I promised some others. I'm gonna be completely real and give you the exclusive details. So so there's a lot I'll continue to say throughout my journey on YouTube, right? I'll pick and choose what. Obviously, I can't give you everything,
No,
Super
no,
Dave, but
I agree,
I've
man.
given you a lot
Yeah.
as far as as far as transparency goes, bro. I've tried to. I've
I'm
given you a
just
lot of things I've
grateful
never
you
said
showed
before in
up.
live.
Grateful you showed up.
I appreciate it. This is huge. There was a lot of antagonizing going on of like teasing me of hiring Chapo. He asked, and I told him so transparent that I didn't want it. I didn't agree with it. It would be very disrespectful. He laughed, and they all knew that that was just a crossing the line. You don't do these things when this guy's telling me he's sick over his girl leaving him, and when me and her are not doing good, I'm talking to him about it.
Yep.
There's the confidentiality, there's a confidement that's in there that
It's the bro
you just
code.
know it's crossing the line, bro. I mean, there's a normal concept where bro code is bro code. This is my girl, she's off limits, bro code, period. But when you could take it a step up, when you're doing things together and you're venting to each other about your women, and that's when it becomes a level higher than bro code, because now you're just a snake. Now
Yep.
you're just snaking, and you're just a slithering snake because you knew about a lot of things. So anyways, there was a lot of antagonizing leading up to me finding out that they were even in communication, let alone working and being together.
Yeah.
So so when I found out, I don't know if it was after I found out or when I thought this was the case, because he spelled her name right when we were going back and forth. Now, guys, I'm gonna eventually release all of these old text messages. There's so many. I have so many old text messages. It's ridiculous. I'm actually gonna put my phone on the charger because I'll show you a few of them. But yeah, I mean, when I found out that they were either working together and I seen that YouTube video, or I had a good enough assumption to conclude that this is the case because he spelled her name right on the text message, and her name spelled really unique. There's no way he would spell her name right. That's when I knew immediately. I was like, oh yeah, they're in contact for sure. So that's when she lives right down the street. That's when I got in my car and I went and knocked on her door.
Okay.
I wasn't banging, pounding. It wasn't slamming or anything that would incriminate me.
Yeah.
It was me knocking on the door because I seen her car there and I wanted to talk to her in person. How is that wrong?
Doesn't.
What I
It's
mean,
not.
put the video out. I encourage these people. Put that video out. I would love to see how I was. I didn't say anything off the wall. I knew I was talking to the Ring camera.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew I was
yeah.
being recorded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
so
he
what
didn't
what
say
really
he
do you
had it.
have?
He didn't say yeah, he said he could probably get his hands on it, is what I believe he said.
Listen, man, this guy says a bunch of BS, bro, that has no relevance at all. And it's lies. It's lies. It's narcissistic lies. I was very, very, very close to my ex's family.
Yeah.
Very, very, very close. I actually just seen my ex's dad at a bar 2 months ago. We had a long talk about how much he missed me, period. Can he say that with George's family? No. George's families hates him. Every single one of them, including George, hates that guy to the core. She can't even talk to her family. Her family don't even, there's so many different family BS going on because there's no communication at all.
Wow.
She is not allowed to talk to her family if she's with him. The reason why he flew back from Camp Hales is because George's sister went to his house without his permission. That's why this guy woke up and flew back to Ohio.
You're blowing
Canceled.
my mind right now, bro. Guapo's blowing my mind so bad he disconnected his. You're blowing my mind so hard it disconnected your internet, Guapo.
Bro, like these are facts. I swear on my life. Nothing that I'm saying is a lie at all. These are facts. That should tell you enough. None of them, and I really don't even think there's no way she could lie. There's no way. The family was so important, so close. We're so close. Everybody was so close. That is not the case for dude on that side at all. As a matter of fact, I'll even go, I'm not even gonna say nothing like that. That's in due time.
Due
So
time, for sure. Man, Guapo, it's been a pleasure. It's we've been going for over 2 hours now, so I think we're gonna call it here, man. Let give you guys some time to go to Lee's or go to Guapo if he's gonna go live. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Guapo, thank you for being so honest. Thanks for telling me the story. Thanks for telling me your legend. Thanks for being
appreciate it,
you.
man.
Thanks to all of you guys in the chat today. I just gotta say, subscribe. I'm sure y'all are subscribed to Guapo already, but if you're not, give the man's content a chance. His editing game has gotten so much better throughout the years. I like watching the progression of your editing style personally, and I think you've came a very long way. You're just you as a person. You're an amazing person, and I cannot thank you enough.
I appreciate it, Super Dave. I'm sorry that, I gotta get a little bit more passionate. This is it's a passionate
No,
topic, man. I feel
I
like I talk your ear off, man.
No, not at all.
You
Everybody,
know,
the chat is loving it right now. Everybody's saying great interview, loving it. So I mean, I can't deny it. You gave everybody what they were hoping for, and I can only hope I wasn't bad for this interview and messed it up. I hope I could only bring half the level of professionalism and integrity that you bring tonight, or brought tonight, rather.
yeah, I appreciate it. And we'll definitely this is nowhere near done, man.
No,
Get ready.
I'm here,
So
man. I'm here, guys.
yeah.
Everybody, that right there is Storage Legends. Make sure you check him out. I'm going to talk to you later there, Guapo.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Sorry for to be a little bit intense, but hey, these things are realities.
You
So
have you have nothing to apologize for, Guapo. It was an amazing interview, and I can only say thank you. Night, bud.
all right. Night. See you later, bro.
Yep, yep. Guys, that was Guapo. What do you guys think? Was it a good stream? Did I do okay? I hope, dealing with a YouTuber of that caliber, it was something new for me. I have never interviewed somebody that's that big on YouTube personally, and it meant a lot to me. And I can only thank Guapo and everybody who helped set this interview up because there were multiple chefs in the kitchen to help me get this interview. You guys all know how bad I wanted this interview for months, and I can only hope I helped explain who this man is, what he's been through, what he's continuing to go through, and where his channel is going to go. I had a blast tonight, and I can only hope you guys were half as entertained as I was. I see Kathy says, "Great job, Dave." Stacy says, "Can a mod put up Guapo's link for the other?" Please, guys. I don't know if there is a mod in chat, but if you guys could please put a link to Guapo's channel, it is
You're
YouTube.
awesome.
Love you, Dave.
Uh-huh. That is a $10 super chat from Christy that says, "Love you, Dave." Do you guys like the British guy reading the super chats? That is something new I implemented. I'm trying to implement everything. As I said earlier, guys, there is definitely a new studio here on Milltown's Best. So I hope you guys stick with me as I continue to figure all this out. Miss Mustard says, "I did amazing." And I thank you so much. Uh, hope he can connect you with some of the West Coast people. Yeah, I really do too. I would love to interview anybody. If you guys want to talk to me, Milltown's Best is available for interviews. Phyllis says, "You did great, Dave. You had great questions and you are great at interviewing. Thank you so much." Marla Hughes says, "Look forward to your future analysis and interviews." Thank you so much, Marla. Uh, Talk about how open and honest Guapo was, right? The man was so honest and forthcoming, and he owes that to none of us. He owes that to none of us. He did that because he loves his legends, and that means the world to me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the family, guys. And please, guys, if you guys could like the stream tonight, it would really mean the world to me. Do all the YouTubey stuff, like, share, all that good stuff. I am so. Mama Legend says next Anderson Cooper. I hope I can get better and continue to grow this thing, guys. But I am so proud of Guapo, man. The man is a real man. Everybody on this side of the fence over here are stand-up individuals with real stories, and we tell it like it is. And I will definitely try to interview Thomas Collins. Bearded Fisherman says, "Great job, Corny." And thank you, Bearded Fisherman. Let's get you interviewed next. So, with all that being said, guys, I think I'm gonna take off. Make sure you guys watch Tilly's in a Pod. I believe Lisa goes live on Thursdays. I don't want to speak for her, but otherwise, Guapo will probably be live. And so, with all that being said, guys, I love you. Tonight, tell somebody you love them too, because tonight they might need to hear it. Bye, guys.
Supa Dave